Dying in your sleep sounds like something out of a nightmare, but it's a real possibility linked to certain behaviors, especially after reaching your 70s. Picture this. You settle into bed just like every other night, close your eyes, and never open them again. Sounds terrifying, right? Unfortunately, once you hit 70, some seemingly harmless nighttime habits can quietly escalate into life-threatening risks, including heart attacks, strokes, or sudden cardiac arrest while asleep. And here's the kicker. Most folks are completely unaware that their pre-sleep rituals could be harming their health. Are you guilty of these hidden dangers without realizing it? In this guide, we'll reveal 7 stealthy nighttime practices that can endanger your well-being. Spoiler alert, the final one is so common yet incredibly perilous, and countless people do it daily without hesitation. Ready to protect yourself? Let's dive in. Habit number 1, late night eating. A dangerous habit that strains your heart. Are you someone who enjoys a midnight snack or indulges in a hearty meal shortly before hitting the hay? While occasional late-night cravings might not seem alarming, they pose significant risks as you grow older. Aging brings changes to how our bodies operate. Metabolic rates drop, digestion slows, and the cardiovascular system becomes increasingly fragile. Consuming food too close to bedtime forces your body to stay active when it should be winding down for restorative sleep. Think about the toll this takes on your heart. Studies show that eating late can disrupt blood pressure regulation, alter heart rate patterns, and potentially provoke irregular heartbeats. Moreover, greasy or high-carb meals spike glucose levels, contributing to arterial blockages over time. These factors collectively heighten the likelihood of severe cardiovascular events, such as heart attacks or strokes. Unseen threats while sleeping, a stealthy hazard that often goes unnoticed. Many seniors fail to recognize the quiet warnings their bodies issue after eating late at night. While symptoms such as indigestion, chest burning, or acid reflux might seem minor, they can actually pave the way for more severe health concerns. For example, lying down too soon after a meal can cause stomach acid to travel back into the esophagus, leading to irritation and long-term damage. Conditions like aspiration pneumonia, which is particularly dangerous for older adults, can arise from untreated acid reflux. To make matters worse, acid reflux can also worsen sleep apnea, a condition where breathing repeatedly halts during sleep. This not only reduces oxygen supply to the bloodstream, but also puts immense pressure on the cardiovascular system, raising the likelihood of heart attacks or strokes. Fortunately, addressing this risk doesn't require drastic changes. Just a few mindful adjustments can make a world of difference. Here's how you can safeguard your health. Aim to finish eating at least 3 hours before going to bed. This window allows your digestive system to process food efficiently without disrupting your rest. Steer clear of heavy, greasy meals and sugary snacks. Instead, focus on lighter options like grilled chicken, steamed vegetables, or whole grain crackers. If you must have a late-night bite, choose healthier alternatives like a banana, a small serving of yogurt, or a few almonds. Additionally, propping up the head of your bed can minimize reflux and promote smoother digestion. By adopting these straightforward strategies, you'll ease the burden on your heart, enjoy deeper, more restorative sleep, and drastically cut down your chances of developing life-threatening complications. Complications that lurk in the night. But hold on, this is only the first deadly error. Next up is a habit so sneaky. It's something nearly everyone does without realizing its risks. Habit number 2, the silent threat of overhydrating before bed. We all know how important it is to drink enough water for overall health, particularly as we grow older. Yet, timing matters, and drinking too much water before bedtime can actually be more harmful than beneficial. If you've ever downed a big glass of water or herbal tea right before hitting the sack, you might not have considered the hidden dangers lurking behind this seemingly harmless routine. Sure, waking up to use the bathroom once or twice isn't unusual, but the real risks go far beyond a few interruptions to your sleep. Drinking excessive fluids at night can lead to serious problems, including an increased risk of falls, unstable blood pressure, and even cardiovascular strain. Why? Well, aging brings changes to kidney function. Although your kidneys keep working overnight to filter toxins from your blood, your bladder's capacity to store urine diminishes with age. As a result, guzzling water late at night almost guarantees multiple trips to the bathroom, disrupting your rest and putting you in harm's way. Here's the kicker. Those midnight bathroom runs can spell disaster. For older adults, navigating the house in the dark while half asleep is a recipe for accidents. Research highlights that nighttime falls are a major cause of injuries requiring hospitalization among seniors. Combine low lighting with reduced blood pressure, a natural effect of lying down, and the drowsy state of your body, and you got a perfect storm for dizziness, fainting spells, and potentially life-altering fractures. On top of that, overhydration places unnecessary stress on your heart. During sleep, your body slows its heart rate and optimizes circulation to support recovery and relaxation. But when you overload your system with extra fluids, your body has to work harder, raising blood pressure and heart rate to manage the additional load. Over time, this added burden on your cardiovascular system can pave the way for heart-related emergencies. So what's the solution? Simple adjustments can make a world of difference. Try limiting your fluid intake in the hour or two leading up to bedtime. If you're thirsty, opt for small sips rather than large gulps. By doing so, you'll protect yourself from unnecessary risks, ensuring safer nights and healthier mornings, which poses risks for individuals with heart conditions. Another alarming concern is that constant disruptions to your sleep can speed up cognitive decline. Lack of quality rest impairs memory, triggers inflammation in the brain, and is linked to an increased likelihood of developing dementia or Alzheimer's. The good news? This risk can be mitigated with a few straightforward adjustments. Stay hydrated throughout the day, but cut back on fluid intake as bedtime approaches. Aim to stop drinking large quantities of liquids at least 2 hours before going to bed. Steer clear of beverages that act as diuretics in the evening, such as coffee, black tea, green tea, and certain fruit juices, as they can boost urine production and exacerbate the problem. If you feel thirsty before sleeping, take just a few small sips of water instead of gulping down a full glass or bottle. When you need to get up at night, use a soft light and move cautiously to avoid accidental tumbles. By following these tips, you'll improve your sleep quality, lower the chances of nighttime falls, and safeguard your heart health. But here's a warning. The next harmful habit may be sabotaging your body's ability to heal during sleep, and you might not even be aware of it. Habit number 3. Sleeping in an overheated room could be life-threatening. When temperatures drop, it's common to crank up the heater, pile on thick blankets, or seal off the room to stay warm while sleeping. However, excessive warmth in the bedroom can pose serious risks, particularly for older adults. Many seniors are unaware that maintaining a room that's too hot can elevate the likelihood of cardiovascular issues, dehydration, and even sudden death during sleep. Why does this happen? During sleep, the body naturally lowers its core temperature slightly to promote deep, restorative rest. An overheated environment interferes with this process, straining the heart and disrupting vital recovery mechanisms. To protect yourself, aim to keep your bedroom at a cooler, more comfortable temperature, ideally between 60 to 67 degrees Fahrenheit, 15 to 20 degrees Celsius. Consider using lighter bedding and ensuring proper ventilation in the room. These small changes can make a big difference in safeguarding your health while you sleep. To achieve restorative sleep, your body needs to regulate its internal temperature effectively. However, when the room is too warm, this natural process is disrupted, leading to harmful effects on your health. So, what happens when you try to sleep in an overly hot space? At night, your body naturally cools itself to promote deeper, more restful sleep. This drop in temperature plays a key role in supporting vital processes like tissue recovery and memory enhancement. But when the room is excessively warm, your body has to work overtime to release excess heat, which puts unnecessary stress on your heart and interferes with your ability to rest properly. On top of that, the heat can cause nighttime dehydration, a serious concern for older adults. As the body sweats to cool down, it loses fluids, making the blood thicker and raising the risk of blood clots, strokes, and heart-related emergencies. Another downside is that a hot room can fragment your sleep cycles, leading to repeated awakenings throughout the night, often without you even noticing. Lack of restorative sleep is closely tied to higher blood pressure, reduced cognitive function, and a weaker immune system. For individuals with existing health issues, the risks are even greater. If you have heart conditions such as high blood pressure or heart failure, sleeping in a warm environment forces your heart to work harder to regulate your temperature, potentially triggering irregular heartbeats, spikes in blood pressure, or even heart attacks. And for those with respiratory problems like COPD or asthma, a hot, poorly ventilated room can aggravate symptoms and make it harder to breathe comfortably. To protect your health, aim to keep your bedroom cool and well ventilated. Maintaining a comfortable sleeping environment not only supports better rest, but also reduces the strain on your heart and respiratory system, helping you wake up feeling refreshed and revitalized. Breathing difficulties and lower oxygen levels in the bloodstream. Here's how to maintain a bedroom temperature that promotes safe and restful sleep. The good news is that minor adjustments to your sleeping environment can significantly lower risks and enhance your overall rest. Aim to keep your bedroom cool, ideally between 18 degrees Celsius and 20 degrees Celsius, 64 degrees Fahrenheit to 68 degrees Fahrenheit, as this range supports the best quality of sleep. Ditch heavy, heat-trapping blankets and switch to lighter, breathable bedding materials. Choose sleepwear made from soft, airy fabrics like cotton, which are perfect for staying cool. Consider using a fan or humidifier to improve airflow and prevent heat from accumulating in the room. If feasible, crack a window slightly to allow fresh air to circulate, which helps maintain a cooler and healthier sleeping space. These simple changes can safeguard your heart, enhance your breathing, and lead to deeper, more restorative sleep. Unbeknownst to many, ignoring these factors can silently harm your brain over time. Now, brace yourself for the next risky habit. It's something countless individuals do unconsciously, and it could dramatically raise their chances of having a stroke. Habit number 4. Your sleeping position may be putting you at greater risk for stroke. Many people stick to the same sleeping posture for years without realizing it could be negatively impacting their health. Yet, after turning 70, the way you position your body while sleeping can have a profound effect on your well-being and safety. Research shows that certain sleep postures can elevate the likelihood of stroke, restrict blood flow, and even interfere with nighttime breathing. If you've never thought about how you sleep, now is the time to pay attention before this habit turns into a serious threat. So, what's the most harmful sleeping position? Once you're over 70, sleeping flat on your back can pose significant risks, particularly for individuals dealing with high blood pressure, sleep apnea, or cardiovascular issues. In this position, the tongue and soft tissues in the throat can partially obstruct the airway, limiting the oxygen supply to the brain. This obstruction can trigger episodes of obstructive sleep apnea, a serious condition where breathing repeatedly halts and resumes during the night. Prolonged oxygen deprivation can lead to brain damage, elevated blood pressure, and an increased likelihood of strokes and heart attacks. Moreover, sleeping on your back can also impede blood circulation, especially for those with pre-existing vascular conditions. Poor circulation can lead to clot formation, which is a primary cause of ischemic strokes. While many assume that sleeping on your side is universally safe, not everyone knows that sleeping on your right side can place extra strain on the heart. This happens because lying on your right side can compress the inferior vena cava, a major blood vessel that carries blood back to the heart. The added pressure can disrupt circulation, worsen fluid retention, and heighten the risk of heart failure. So, what's the ideal sleeping position for seniors? Health experts agree that sleeping on your left side is the safest and most effective choice. This posture enhances blood flow, supports smoother digestion, and minimizes the risk of acid reflux. It also encourages better oxygen delivery to the brain, reducing the likelihood of strokes while you sleep. Tips for adjusting to a healthier sleeping position. If you're accustomed to sleeping on your back or your right side, switching to a new position might feel awkward at first. But don't worry, there are simple tricks to ease the process. Try placing a sturdy pillow between your knees to maintain proper spinal alignment, which reduces back discomfort. To prevent rolling onto your back or right side during the night, position a pillow behind you for support. An ergonomic neck pillow can also help improve airflow and minimize neck strain as you adapt to a healthier posture. If acid reflux is an issue, raising the head of your bed slightly can alleviate symptoms like heartburn while enhancing breathing. These small changes can dramatically decrease your chances of stroke, boost circulation, and ensure more restful and secure sleep. Now, let's explore a habit that could quietly damage your brain without you noticing. Habit number 5, the blunder that might leave you lightheaded or falling out of bed. Ever felt dizzy or noticed your vision briefly fading when you stood up from bed? This sensation is a red flag you shouldn't overlook, particularly once you're over 70. Rising too quickly in the middle of the night can trigger a rapid drop in blood pressure, causing dizziness, instability, or even fainting spells. This phenomenon, called orthostatic hypotension, is a major contributor to falls and fractures in older adults. Why nighttime falls are so dangerous? For seniors, falls are a serious threat. Many result in broken hips, wrists, or even traumatic brain injuries. In some cases, what seems like a minor tumble can spiral into life-altering consequences, including loss of mobility, extended medical care, or other severe complications. The risks are even greater at night, when poor lighting and grogginess make accidents more likely. Understanding how to prevent these incidents is crucial for maintaining safety and independence. Falls can lead to devastating consequences, including immobility, extended hospital stays, and, tragically, even death. Furthermore, the fear of falling again often discourages movement, which accelerates muscle loss, impairs balance, and raises the likelihood of additional falls in the future. Another alarming issue is that some falls are triggered by sudden blackouts. For instance, if someone has low blood pressure or is dehydrated, their brain may not receive adequate oxygen when transitioning from lying down to standing, causing them to briefly lose consciousness. So, how can you minimize the danger of falling when getting out of bed? Thankfully, small adjustments can make a big difference. Rise gradually. When you wake, sit on the edge of the bed for a moment before standing completely to give your body time to stabilize blood pressure. Keep a water bottle nearby since dehydration can worsen dizziness. Take a few sips before attempting to stand. Illuminate your space with night lights, as darkness increases the chances of stumbling. Place soft lighting along pathways, such as to the bathroom, to guide your steps. Use stable support when standing up. Grabbing onto a bed frame or installing a grab bar nearby can provide extra stability. Avoid loose clothing and slippery rugs. Going barefoot or wearing slick socks can increase fall risks, so opt for slip-resistant footwear. By adopting these practices, you'll greatly reduce nighttime fall hazards and safeguard your health over time. Now that you've learned how to rise safely, prepare to explore a risky habit that many dismiss, but it could indicate a serious underlying issue within your body. Habit number 6, snoring, interrupted breathing, and sleepless nights. And ignoring these symptoms can have deadly consequences for certain individuals. During sleep, when the body should be at rest, the air passages can become obstructed, either partially or fully, cutting off airflow. This leads to repeated episodes where breathing stops for brief periods throughout the night, often without the individual noticing. Every time this happens, oxygen levels in the bloodstream plummet, placing extra strain on the heart as it works overtime to compensate. Prolonged exposure to this condition can result in elevated blood pressure, added stress on the cardiovascular system, and an increased risk of heart attacks and strokes. Furthermore, those suffering from sleep apnea rarely achieve the deep, restorative phases of sleep, leaving them perpetually exhausted. Daytime fatigue, memory lapses, heightened fall risks, and an elevated chance of developing dementia or Alzheimer's are all potential consequences. So, how do you know if you might have sleep apnea? Many individuals with this condition remain oblivious to their own symptoms. Often, it's a bed partner or a family member who first notices loud snoring, extended pauses in breathing, or sudden awakenings accompanied by gasping for air. Other red flags include feelings of suffocation at night, waking up with a dry mouth, morning headaches, overwhelming exhaustion during the day, and persistent drowsiness despite spending hours in bed. If any of these symptoms sound familiar, it's important to seek medical advice and schedule a sleep evaluation. Insomnia, too, can serve as a warning sign of underlying issues. While sleep apnea is one concern, chronic insomnia is another problem that often goes unnoticed. If you find yourself struggling to fall asleep or waking up repeatedly during the night for no clear reason, it might indicate that something in your body is out of balance. Insomnia has been linked to heart conditions, neurological disturbances, and hormonal irregularities. On top of that, consistently poor quality sleep can leave your immune system compromised, making you more vulnerable to illnesses. Elevated stress levels can worsen chronic conditions such as high blood pressure and diabetes. So, what steps can you take to enhance your sleep quality and protect yourself from potential risks? If you think you might have sleep apnea or are dealing with insomnia, there are practical adjustments you can make. For instance, steer clear of sleeping on your back, as this posture increases the likelihood of airway obstruction and worsens sleep apnea. Opt for sleeping on your side instead. Keeping a healthy weight is also key, as excess neck fat can contribute to breathing difficulties during sleep. Avoid consuming alcohol or taking sedatives before bedtime, as these substances excessively relax the throat muscles, exacerbating the issue. Transform your bedroom into a sleep sanctuary by ensuring it's dark, quiet, and at a comfortable temperature to promote restorative rest. If recommended by a doctor, consider using a CPAP machine, which helps keep your airways open throughout the night, enabling safer and more restful sleep. Addressing and managing sleep disorders can not only extend your life, but also lower the risk of heart-related issues and significantly boost your well-being. Now that we've explored the dangers of nighttime respiratory problems, let's dive into a common pre-sleep habit that might be quietly harming your health: